Hey everyone, it's me again, Kobe. How you doing? Just wanted to make a quick disclaimer to let y'all know. Just wanted to say, if there's anything that Gavin or I said or talked about in the video that offended anyone, we didn't mean to offend anyone. I know I have a clean channel. I'm trying to keep it clean. I've got little cousins and, a young audience, I think, I don't know, that watch. So I said no cussing. As you know, I don't like to talk about politics. I don't know anything about politics. And I'm not going to pretend to. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend to claim to know something about something that I don't, because I'm not that kind of a guy. But anyway, so, and as you know, that we also did mention briefly the LGBTQ, if I'm correct, community. We didn't say anything bad, and I hope we didn't offend you, and if we did, I'm sorry. But yeah, just letting you know, I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm not anything, to be honest with you, or at least in my opinion, I'm not. We didn't mean to offend any race, gender, what have you. We accept and love all of you, except especially me. And yeah, that's just a disclaimer. And like I said, along the guidelines of like just my audience and all that, I did try to keep it clean, or as best as we could. And if we did or say anything that seemed a little off or didn't seem like me, sorry. But you got to see like a part of me that wasn't so scripted, like just more of the real me, more me talking and just getting real with people. And if my channel gets got a little bit too real, or sometimes might get too real with some friends or later on in the future with podcasts and stuff. And it might be a little too much for the younger audience, sorry. But like I said, I'll keep things clean, I'll keep it kosher, as they say. And I'll just, make sure I keep posting good content for you guys. So, kind of a long, intro disclaimer, but just had to let you guys know that I'm, not trying to offend anyone or anything, so, yeah, that's it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video of my podcast. Here we go. Also, sorry about the first video being flipped like that. The camera was all messed up. So, yeah, anyway, just to let you know, whatever, but I've been doing enough as it is, so anyway, enjoy. Hello there, my name is Corpus Capture, and I'm with Gavin Bennett, one of my good buddies from high school at Vianney, and this is a Let's Talk video slash podcast, and we're just kind of hanging and, chilling out. We are using the Big View app, so we got about 8 minutes of recording until, we have to start and then, do it again, whatever. So Gavin and I, today our subject's going to be
some bullying. We're talking about some bullying that we received in high school and we're still receiving today. And it's just got to stop, guys. There's no reason to bully people.
Right.
It's not cool. No one thinks it's cool. No one laughs. Except for you. But you're the one that looks dorky. You don't look cool when you do it.
Right. So in high school, you and I, we dealt with 4 years of testosterone-filled guys who just want to make fun of us every day for no reason. And I just wondered why. Yeah, and the thing is that I've had a closure. I'm not trying to let it bother me today. I'm 28 years old.
Yeah.
I've moved past it. But where I see bullying today is in business. In the, not really the gym. Really.
Like more like Amazon?
No, and just in business in general, people stepping over other people.
Yeah.
And saying, I'm going to get what I want, and I'm going to step over the people and not care if I hurt them or not, I'm going to get mine.
So let's go ahead and explain that to the viewers then.
Yeah. So basically what that means to me is that when it comes to like business, I'm trying to do things with an honest business. I'm trying to market myself through advice videos. I'm going to turn this into a marketing and advertising company, kickback business. I'm going to go to different companies and see what products they're having issues selling, right? And And then I'm going to say, hey, how can I use social media marketing to help you get your product out that you know is beneficial to your customers? Tell me all about it. Tell me what the product is. Tell me why it's beneficial.
And tell me why is it not working.
And why is it not working, and why is it not selling?
Yeah.
And I will do everything in my power to sell it for you through social media marketing, right?
Okay.
And through and everything like that. That's what I mean by honesty and an honest business. I've just, I've never personally experienced anyone stepping over me, thank God, because that would just be very heartbreaking. But I just hear stories all the time about other bosses and other just businesses in general. Like, I can't think of anyone specifically, to be honest with you. But them just being like, oh, hey, so I'm going to undercut this guy so that way I can make more money and pretend it's going for the company, but I'm really putting it towards my house or something. Stuff like that. That's actually a good example. So like somebody like taking money, like school, like a principal taking school funding from a school and pretending like it's for the school, but it's really putting it towards like a pool at his house.
Yeah, that's not okay.
And there have been stories about where teachers or principals have done that. Yeah. They'll pretend like, oh yeah, we're funding this and that, but they're really putting it towards a pool towards their house. Yeah. And when they get caught, they get a big lawsuit. Yep. You know what I mean?
But they get off easy by the government sometimes.
It all depends, It depends on how much money they have, and that's where sometimes I don't like dishonest businessmen or women or anyone in general in business who can just buy the way out of things.
Yeah.
If you're running,
they work hard for their money.
But those people who step over people like that and who do that, they're working hard, but it's not for the right reasons.
Agreed.
Yeah. So okay. I don't know. So you go ahead. Like, so you said you deal with bullies at work, or you just see bullies in general.
Yeah, I deal with bullies at work. Yeah. So as I told you, I used to have a business.
Right.
My business shut down last month, actually. And I'm filing bankruptcy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It happens.
Yeah.
But what I want to explain is, so my business partner, I thought was a good guy. You think people are good guys all the time, but sometimes people change. Mm-hmm. So everything was going fine the first few months, half the year, whatever it was. Then he started taking money out of the account.
Okay.
Without telling me, without asking. After he'd already gotten paid.
Wow.
$500 here, which is unacceptable.
Right.
Because if you don't know, it takes a lot to run a business. It's not just about the money, the finance, the taxes. It's about communicating, being honest with your partner, and doing the right thing.
Working for it. Exactly.
But bullies, I feel like, they don't work for it. They use other people to get it. So what a bully does is say they're not secure about themselves. So my parents always told me, what does a bully do to make themselves feel better?
They bully other people.
They bully other people. Why?
Because so actually, I love it that you say that, Gavin, because I wanted to bring this up. What bothers me a lot, or the most I could say, is whenever people say, let me look at the time real quick. Sorry, everyone, just making sure we have enough time. Oh, we're only 5 minutes in. We got 8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. What really bothers me, 6 minutes now. What really bothers me is how people say, oh, I was raised this way. Guess what? That's not an excuse.
No, it's not.
Because here's the thing. Whenever people say I was raised this way, or whenever people see other influences of other bad things,
it's a cop-out.
No, they have the choice to walk away and not be like that. They could look at other bullies or look at bad parenting or whatever in general and say, you know what? I don't want to be anything like that. I want to have friends, and I don't want to walk into a room where everybody looks at me like they hate me because I'm mean to everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's not a good feeling to have. So when someone says, or a bully says, I was raised this way, I say to them, you know what?
No, you weren't.
Thank you for your time. I'm not going to talk to you, and I don't want to listen because you had the choice to walk away and not act like that. You chose yourself to be like, you know what, I'm being raised this way, and I'm going to follow these ways because I think it's the right. No, you have the choice to be like, I don't want to be anything like
just like the choice to be racist.
Right.
If you see your parents doing it, why would you? We don't have to do it.
Exactly.
Why would you do it? Because you're that way. There are some people that are good in the world, and some people that they're good, but they have the wrong mindset.
Right.
And so those people use other people and other things to get what they want.
Yeah.
And it's basically how it is.
Yep. It's a sad world we live in sometimes. Sometimes I really wish the world wasn't as hard as it was. But what makes it easier is being an alpha male. And like I said, I don't mean stepping over other people and saying screw them. What I'm saying is doing honest work, going after what makes you happy, going after what makes your significant other happy. So continuing where we left off, what I wanted to say was, okay, so I'm not perfect. No one is. And I
Set the big man up straight.
Yeah, exactly. And I can admit that, okay? But just like I say with my acting, singing coach, Liam Garrett, all the time, Garrett, Garrett, all the time, I say to him, when we always talk about like just being a nice, honest, genuine guy, and he's like, Kobe, you have this presence about you where you're a nice guy and people want to talk to you and do business with you and like blah blah, and I'm like, really? Because sometimes I have this presence of like, maybe I'm this big, they look at me like and they think, oh, look who's this big muscular, D-bag or whatever, and I hope they don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm hoping that he's right with the presence that I give off and my energy. I come off as a nice guy because I do like just being a genuine nice guy. Helping people out. Like I said, running on his business. Just being nice to people, being nice to my fiance, my mom, everyone in my family. Like it's just
I get it.
And it's really not that hard to do. But what bothers me, besides just the bully thing, again, not to get really off subject, but I don't get why people in this world just can't be genuine anymore. Like, just genuine kindness. Like, and you can, and what's really sad is these days, you can tell when they're faking it. You can tell when they're faking it. It's the saddest thing ever.
To add to that, why do we have to shoot each other? Like, what is going on? 251 shootings.
Hey, I don't want to talk about politics on my channel, but I will say this though. I do agree with you, and to speaking of things like that, so I want to talk about MGTOW, men go their own way. Okay, don't want to talk about feminists.
I don't know what this is, but let's talk about it.
It's male feminists, basically. Okay?
And
I don't know how
that works.
I'm not talking about politics. I'm not trying to get into feminists, but here's basically what it is. Feminism. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, I'm not trying to finish.
It's all right.
Anyway, but it's basically guys saying women have hurt us enough and broken our hearts enough to where we're going to completely shun them out and just have nothing to do with them at all.
Yeah, see.
And get after what we want, and that's how we become alpha males. No, I'm tying this back to what I was saying before. Again, that's not how you do it. In my opinion, you become an alpha male by working hard.
Leadership.
Working as leadership. Working honestly every day. Doing your best to make it in your life and be honest with everything that you're doing. Honest.
Yeah. And
not lie. Don't BS people. And just be a good, genuine person. I know I keep saying that all the time.
They're not enough of those anymore. You can't find them. They're not there. Besides people like you and me.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to find them.
Right. Yeah, we're not perfect, but we're actually genuine people. I'm not saying, oh, we're better than anyone else. So going back to the MGTOW, which just stands for men go their own way. Going back to that, they think, oh, ignoring women, getting after what I want, and then blah blah blah. That's or unless I'm completely wrong about that. That's how they say, oh, that's how I'm an alpha male. No, actually my fiance is what makes me want to work harder for what I have. She makes me want to work harder for everything. Did I say this before? Even if I did, I don't care if I'm repeating myself. Yeah. It all still stands back to what I was saying before. In my opinion, they've got that wrong. Again, I don't talk about politics, I don't talk about feminism, but what I'm saying is that if we are going to talk about male feminism, in my opinion, from what I've seen and from what I've read, MGTOW is wrong, and I do not agree with it. But you know what? If that's how guys feel, if they've been hurt that bad, fine. I feel sorry for them because they haven't found true love.
But the thing is, like, that's another form of bullying. MGTOW.
Yeah.
Men go their own way.
Yeah.
I mean, in the world, there are no alpha male. There's no alpha male. I believe that we're all equal.
Yeah.
There is no.
No. I'm saying is that I'm not saying alpha male. I don't mean like I'm an alpha as in like a.
I'm better than you.
No. I mean I'm an alpha as in because I put myself out there for everyone else. Okay. Like I do my business for myself, for everyone else. I do my business for her, for our future, for our kids, for our marriage, things like of that nature. That's what I mean.
Your motivation.
Right. Like when
I get it.
When I go to the gym, it's not just for me. It's for her. It's for us to live a long life. It's for me to live a long life for my kids. In my opinion, that's how you're an alpha male.
That's how you contribute to society.
That's how you're an alpha male, because you're doing things for yourself and other people in your future. And like I'm saying, you go after it and you don't let anyone get in your way. But you don't step over other people and you don't BS other people and you don't bully them. You are honest.
You earn it.
You earn it. And that's how you're an alpha male. So that's why I think this big cow or men go their own way or MGTOW, whatever, I think it's complete BS. I don't agree with it.
So I think we should get off the subject of bullying.
Right.
Do you have something else you'd like to talk about?
You know what? I think it's sad how I don't see enough people being happy in this world. And I don't know if it's because they don't have a motivation or if they don't have something to go for, to go after, or what makes them just want to say, I give up, or just say, But you know what? I understand. Depression is a serious issue.
Yeah, I have it myself.
I don't want to get into it. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to diagnose. I'm not going to say, oh, hey, but I do weekly advice videos. I give the best advice that I can, but I'm not saying follow it because I don't want to mislead people and actually have them hurt themselves. Because then guess what? That's on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. So,
guys, disabilities are real things.
Yeah.
People say they have ADHD or ADD. Yeah, you might have it, but it may not affect you the way it affects us.
Right.
What I went through when I was younger was hell. Excuse my language.
Right.
Hell for me and my family.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't control myself. There are people out there that need help. And going back to what we said about bullying, if you're a kid in school right now, don't make fun of that person. Go help them. Go help get the bullies off them. Go tell them to go away. Take that person and walk away down the hall. Because you're going to change that person's life.
I'm not trying to sound like as if I'm like, anyone should praise me, but in all honesty, I hated seeing the way those kids treated you in high school. I felt like I was the only first kid to ever be nice to you.
You were. And I totally love you for it.
And I was going through it too, man.
God, I was 5'5" freshman year of high school. Now I'm 5'11".
Yeah, you got tall.
I got tall.
Way taller than
I got tall, and I got tall fast. But even I'm gonna admit this, even I am a bully sometimes on accident. I get in a fight with my fiance and I might push her a little bit, which is not okay. And by any means, it's not okay. But it happens. You make mistakes. You work with mom. You talk about it, and you move on.
So, and here's the thing. If look, the thing is that I'm not perfect either. I get angry sometimes, but what I get angry at is things in life that I can't control. But you know what makes me not get as angry at them as I used to? Because I can't control them. Why try?
Why try? Why get the satisfaction?
That's what I'm saying. And when I think that, or when you say, when I don't give what makes me angry or things that I can't control in life, when I don't give it or whatever that thing is or that person is that satisfaction, I don't get angry about it, you know? And that really helps a lot.
Guys, just walk away. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, that too.
But we got back on that topic again. We need to go back to what we were on.
Right.
Which is why people aren't happy anymore. Well,
Yep.
as I mentioned earlier, people are not being nice to people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You got things going wrong in schools, in churches, just about everywhere. In malls, in Walmarts. I mean, Kobe.
Yep.
I mean, people aren't happy anymore because they're scared. They're scared of what's going to go on, what's going to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to harp on this, but I mean, you got people bringing ARs into Walmarts. It's not okay.
Yeah, that's...
There are kids in the Walmart. There are people in the Walmart that have families that need to go home to. I mean, I don't like saying this, but don't play God. It's not fair.
Yeah.
You don't take other people's lives.
Those are the people who I really wish had years of therapy and they were under heavy professional surveillance, not like jail-wise, you know, like nicely. And they need a chance at a good job. Even if it's not like a $50,000 a year job, whatever, anything, blah, blah. They need a good job. You know, I'm just saying, do they deserve a job always? Because of their behavior? No.
No, but it helps them earn it.
Right. And it makes them think, I'm doing this and I'm earning my way. Instead of, okay, so example, my acting coach, he told me that there were these bunch of guys who actually tried to rob him. Like, literally rob him. And he said, guys, what's this for? And he talked to them, and then they're like, oh, yeah, well, he was like, what do you need? He was like, I'm not going to give you money, but he's like, I'll buy you what you need. They went to a coffee shop, he got them all coffee, he got them something to eat, and then, like, months later on down the road, well, the other guy went to jail, or a couple of them did. Guess what?
One of them didn't, probably.
Yeah, the one that met up with him, he was all dressed nice. He had like a nice little, not really a suit, but he's all dressed up. And he's like, he's like, thank you very much. I got my life together. I got a job. I'm not a criminal anymore. I'm cleaned up, blah, blah. And that's what I'm trying to do with these advice videos.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to I'm trying to help people out. And like I said on the recent email I got 23 shares on my videos. I had no idea. So I'm hoping those shares that I got are helping other people out or going through hard, tough times or just whatever in general. Because, I'm just trying to give advice. Now, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed advice or life coach. So I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. But, I feel like everyone on YouTube or in general has their own niche. And I feel like advice videos is mine. I feel like plus I love talking to people. I just like being nice to people. And, if they need anyone to talk to, they can come to me.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So anyway, yeah. And that makes me happy. Speaking of being a happy person, besides work and gym and being my fiance, doing this stuff makes me so happy. I'm sorry, continue.
So, we were talking about what makes people unhappy. Why are people not happy anymore? For me, it's because there are so many issues with everything going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You got the gun rights. You got the issues with LGBT. I can't even pronounce it. What is it?
LGBTQ. Right.
I don't want to offend anyone.
No,
I can't. It's a tongue twister. I don't know how to say it. Never have.
There's a lot of different terminologies, I guess you want to say, and there's so many now. Let's be honest.
That you can't use a word. You can't use a word without somebody getting upset about it.
Right. It is hard to keep up, and we're not trying to offend anyone. We're just being honest.
But the times keep changing so fast that we can't adapt to what's going on.
Right.
And so people are getting hurt over that. People are getting hurt over not being treated like. So today I heard on the radio that You guys have all heard from St. Louis of the Michael Brown shooting. Michael
By
Brown.
the way, we support all communities of any race, gender, and we don't care. As long as you're a cool person, you're a cool person. Like, I don't understand, like you said, racism. And you know what? Racism toward, and it's not really racism, but people who are like, oh, well, trans people, this and that. Like, give them a chance.
You don't even know.
Yeah, I've met trans people, and they've been some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life.
Guys, you gotta understand. Trans people
They're people.
Anyone for that matter.
They're people.
They're not just gonna want to come on to you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're people. They have feelings, they have emotions, and they have common sense.
Dude, I've been down to the Grove before, and I've been to gay clubs, and with my friends, I've had a great time. And guess what? No one hit on me. No guy came up to me and said, "Can I?"
Well, I wouldn't say that.
You know, no guy bought me a drink, or asked to buy me a drink. No guy was like, "Hey, what's up?" It was a good time.
But either way, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
If they do.
If they do, and I would have been
say yes. Have the drink because it's a free drink.
Yeah, it's a free drink.
I mean, if you don't have a free drink, what is wrong with you?
Right.
Unless you don't like alcohol, and I understand that some people don't.
Right, some people drink some. I don't want to drink because like I'm trying to keep up with my fitness.
Yeah.
So.
But going back to what I was saying about all this is going on in the world, like we talked about the gun rights, we talked about the LGBT.
Keep talking. I'm gonna check the timer.
LGBTQ.
6:50. Okay, we got one more minute.
LGBTQ,
and then we're gonna keep going.
You got. As I said, the 5-year anniversary of Michael Brown's Jr. shooting today. Is today.
Yeah.
And we talked about on the radio how things got better in Ferguson.
Right, so like, talk about subjects, but like I said, I'm not trying to bring politics into it. So say that, but stay in the subject of bullies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
So people are hurt about it.
Yeah.
And that's all I gotta say about it. You can't change the past, but you can change the future.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Okay. Yeah. And like they said, history does repeat itself, but it doesn't have to repeat itself.
You can change it.
If you don't let it. Exactly. You can't go back and change it, but you can change the future.
Yeah.
And people keep saying that for a reason. Our ancestors say that for a reason.
Yeah.
Scientists, doctors, geniuses throughout time say that for a reason.
The next subject I want to talk about is music and how it's changed.
So never mind on the music talk. What else did you want to talk about?
Money. You could talk about saving money and how to do it. You were on a Vice show.
So here's the thing: is that I'm
not good at it.
I'm not the best. No.
All right. Well, here's the first rule: do not file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Like at all. I'm going through it now. A lot of paperwork and a lot of lawyers, and you don't like it. It's not a good idea. So be smart with your money. If you're a college student or if you're a high school student, start building credit early, but take it slow.
Mm-hmm.
If your parents are good people, don't be afraid to ask for help, but don't use them as a crutch.
Right.
So get your first credit card, but talk to your parents first. Especially if you're a young person. I got my first credit card was at the age of 15. I'm not perfect, and I did mess it up.
Oh yeah, me too.
I spent a lot of money. Not as much as him, but I spent a lot of money.
No.
Be careful. Make 1 or 2 purchases on that credit card a month. Pay it off every month. Especially if you have a job. That's a good way to build solid credit. Don't take out too many loans that you can't pay on, that you can't handle. Why would you do that to yourself?
Speaking of money and saving money, so an example, for those 3 years I worked my way up to where I am now, my investor, so that's my best friend, Alex Petro. He helps pay for my bills every month. I get a paycheck from him every week, And so, through those paychecks, I try to save up every week so then that way whenever I get paid that next week, it can build up on itself, right?
Yeah.
So he's helping me do that. I don't know, make the most money right now, because it's all through him and his help. And I'm working my way up through, doing honest business and doing business how I know how to do it in order to, like I said, get out of his hair later on in life. But That's why I always, send them text messages saying thank you and show appreciation, because if it weren't for him training me, if it weren't for my mom doing what she does or other people in my life, I really would not be where I am today, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to go back to, what you're saying, like with money and saving and things like that, like they say, don't take money for granted either, and it is true. Because if it wasn't for Alex, I wouldn't have any money. If it weren't for Alex, I wouldn't be making what I make in a year. I'm not gonna disclose.
If it wasn't for Alex, you wouldn't have been able to afford a ring and propose to your fiance.
Well, actually, the ring came from my best friend, who's like a second dad to me. His name is Phil, and he's been there since the day I was adopted.
So really? The ring's been there for a long time?
It's his deceased mother's ring.
Oh.
And trust me, knowing how much his mother loved
Does
me.
she know that?
Yeah.
Maggie?
Yeah, of course she does.
Okay.
Of course. And as
and that might be a little creepy to find out on camera.
I'll keep checking the time. And as much as 3 minutes, perfect. And trust me, and as much as Phil's mom loved me like a grandmother, she would have wanted her to have that.
Okay.
Trust me.
Makes sense.
Oh, trust me. Yeah.
So what we were saying, we were talking about money. What?
So money, and I was trying to relate that to Alex and him.
Yeah.
And putting his speaking of money, so he's putting his investment in me to make it big on my own, and then together when we both launch our charity business, which is called A Great Cause, together. So I don't know if it's exactly really saving money or what you were talking about.
But no. Investments are a good way to save money.
Yeah. So
what do you do when you put on a stock, which is not a good idea. Do not invest in stock.
And by the way, just like gambling, don't ever gamble. You will lose your money quick like that.
I mean, you can gamble,
but don't get addicted to it.
So my general rule is I only really gamble on a cruise ship.
No, well, you're having fun.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's a good time to do it.
Right, but if you're like one of those people where you're literally betting your house just to get, I've heard stories, dude.
Yeah. People, don't be stupid. Don't bet your house.
Right.
They'll be rich. They don't need to be rich. They already have money.
Right.
Save your money. Put 10% of your check in every week into a savings account, or a mutual fund, or not a stock, a bond.
Right.
They all grow. They're gonna accrue interest. That's what you want. Accrue interest. Invest in your 401k.
Mm-hmm.
And I should not be giving money advice. I just filed bankruptcy. But
that's it.
My dad talked to me about it. Invest in your 401k. Do that match. Match as much as you can every week. Nicole, my fiance, her company matches 15% of her contribution every month, which is amazing.
Wow,
that's amazing.
That's amazing.
So let's say this: if she puts in $100 every month, or she puts in $100 every month, the bank will give her $15 to put it back into her account to match that percentage, which is pretty amazing.
Right.
I hope I said that right. I don't know if that's true.
I mean, we could get her on camera, but I don't know if she wants to be on camera. She's downstairs with my fiance and they're bonding, getting to know each other, so.
Yeah.
Which is good. I really like your fiance, by the way. She's really nice.
Me too. I love yours.
Thank you. We both found great women, and that's all we thank God for that. But, you know.
If you have a wife or a fiance or a girlfriend, don't treat her like shit. Treat her nice. Treat her the way you want to be treated.
Exactly.
The golden rule. Do it.
Right.
Do it because all girls deserve respect, no matter who they are.
Right.
All girls, well, everyone does.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves respect in general, unless they're not going to give it to you first.
Right.
Then it's another story, and I'm not going to go into that.
Right. Speaking of respect, okay, so I want to talk about sort of going back to. Not really the alpha male image, but the image of how they say there's two. Okay. You know when people say
two sides to every story.
Exactly. So they say there's two sides to like one thing. They say don't care what the people think about you, but then at the same time people say image is everything. Okay, what they mean by that, and hold on, let me check the time.
It'll go off when it goes off.
All right. Anyway, got one more minute, so I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna keep going. I know, just to make it go smooth. what I think is interesting, okay, so going back to what we were saying before, relating was not stepping over people, right? So what that means is that, okay,
I guess I think the word I think what you're trying to say is, don't not step over them, step over them, don't step on them. Because when you step on people, you're hurting their feelings.
yeah, I would say both.
But step over or step to the side and walk away.
If they're hurting you or hindering you or your business, yeah, definitely, or like your life, of course.
Just don't hurt people. That's
right.
the moral of the story. That's all you gotta learn.
So when in my opinion, when I say don't care what other people think, what I'm saying is going back to. So what I was saying, or trying to say, was when they say don't care what other people think about you, they don't mean, again, stepping on over people, being mean, being a bully, running through people and getting what you want and not caring about hurting other people in the end. And that doesn't mean just business. I mean anything in life or general, right? You know how you do that and not care what other people think? Again, honesty. And I know I've been saying this probably 100 times. And again, I don't mean just honesty in running a business. I mean just being an honest, good, genuine person. Again, I know, sorry, repeating myself again, being genuine, but it's the truth. And that leads to happiness. That leads to wanting to have goals and wanting to. So everything that we've been
everything we just talked about is right there in that sentence.
Everything. See? So
the less bullies there are in the world, the more happiness we have.
That too.
And the less crime, the less violence, the less shootings in public.
Less just hate, less
everything but happiness. God put us on this world
to be happy.
To be happy and spend time with each other.
Yeah.
Before we go over and spend time with Him.
Yeah, exactly. Spend time with each other, be nice to each other. Stop spending and stop spreading hate.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's the moral of the story.
I mean,
Kobe, I don't know if you have more to say, but I'm about tapped out on the subject.
Yeah, I'm good.
I think we should bid him goodbye.
Yeah, I would like to do this again though. Hey, thanks for coming by. Thanks for the podcast, man. Appreciate it. I really hope it helps my channel out. I'm definitely going to tag you in this on Facebook once I edit it all and everything and put it on YouTube. I'll send you and your fiance the link. So yeah.
You're going to have to tag me on YouTube, because I'm starting my own YouTube channel.
All right, perfect. All right.
Because you give me that goal.
Give me your name then. All right.